Have you ever felt a spike of panic when your go-to dessert is almost gone? Or scrambled to check out a limited edition hoodie? How about rushing to book a flight before the price jumps? That feeling has a name: FOMO, the fear of missing out. From groceries to airplane tickets, marketers use this powerful emotional trigger to influence what we purchase. Welcome to Psychological Pricing Secrets, Episode 4: Why You Can't Stop Clicking by Now. Hi, I'm Dr. Kim. FOMO is the anxiety that you might miss out on a valuable opportunity if you don't act fast. In marketing and consumer psychology, FOMO generally comes in two main forms: social comparison FOMO and opportunity loss FOMO. You see messages like this everywhere online. 27 people booked this hotel in the last 24 hours. 18 people are viewing this room right now. 1,200 people bought this product today. This is social comparison FOMO, the feeling that others are getting something valuable and I'm not. It comes from comparing ourselves to others, friends, peers, or even complete strangers online. It often triggered by social proof, which lead us to click, add to cart. But why do we rely on what other people are doing in the first place? Because it taps into herd effect. Humans are wired to assume that if many other people are doing something, it is likely the correct choice. This is an evolutionary survival mechanism. Thousands of years ago, if you saw your tribe suddenly running, you didn't pause to analyze the situation, you followed. Because not doing so could mean failing to survive. Today, the same instinct still operates. When you see signals like trending now, your brain processes it as a cue for safety, value, or desirability, often before rational thinking kicks in. Opportunity loss FOMO is different. It is not about other people. It's the feeling that something valuable is slipping away and you are about to miss it. And your brain doesn't like that feeling. You've often seen these messages. Only one left in stock, order soon. This product is almost sold out. Hurry up. 48-hour flash sale. In that moment, it doesn't feel like shopping anymore. It feels like a decision you have to make right now. No thinking, no comparing, just acting. And more often than not, you click, add to cart. But why does your brain react like that? First, time pressure. Time pressure reduces cognitive deliberation. When a countdown timer is active, we don't want to analyze. We just want to secure the item. Second, scarcity. When something is labeled limited or almost gone, we automatically perceive it as more valuable, even if nothing about the product has changed. And third, loss aversion. Psychologists Daniel Kahneman and Amos Tversky found that humans feel the pain of losing something roughly twice as strongly as the pleasure of gaining the same thing. In simple terms, losing a deal hurts more than saving money feels good. Putting together, urgency and scarcity amplify your brain's loss response. When you see a ticking timer, your brain releases cortisol, the stress hormone, because your brain interprets as a potential loss. And when you finally click buy now, that tension drops. You feel relief along with a wave of dopamine. So in many cases, you are not just paying for a product, you are also paying to relieve the stress of missing out that was triggered in that moment. Now, here is something that might surprise you. Not all of these signals you see online are real indicator of demand or actual scarcity. In behavior design, these are often called persuasive design patterns, and sometimes more critically referred to as dark pattern, depending on how they are used and interpreted. Take this one, for example, the classic refresh trick. You will probably see a 15-minute countdown on a website, and then you refresh the page, it magically starts over. That's usually not a real timer. It's a persuasive nudge to make you act fast. Or the social pop-up. Messages like, John from New York just bought this, and Alice from Seattle joined the waiting list. These are typically auto-generate based on recent or aggregate user behavior, such as past purchases or browsing trends. They are not necessarily happening right now, even though they feel real-time. Then there is the inventory signal. Only 2 seats left at this price. This one often comes from dynamic pricing systems. As cheaper fare tiers sell out, the next, slightly more expensive tier may become available. And here is the key point. These signals can be helpful. They simplify choices when you are faced with too many options. But they can also create pressure. They can step up your decision making before you've really had time to evaluate everything, which sometimes leads to purchase you didn't plan on, or honestly, didn't even need. Alright, let's quickly recap. FOMO, the fear of missing out, isn't just an emotion. It's a psychological trigger that influences how we make decisions. We looked at 2 main types. Social comparison FOMO. Others are getting something valuable and I'm not. It's driven by social proof and herd behavior. Opportunity loss FOMO. I might lose this if I wait. It's driven by urgency, scarcity, and loss aversion. Next time you see messages like only a few left, trending now, or limited time offer, pause for a moment and ask yourself, am I making this decision because I need it or because I feel I might miss out? That small pause can make a big difference in how you spend your attention and your choices. Stay tuned for the next video in this series. We'll explore more hidden pricing tricks marketers use every day. Thank you for watching. If you find this video helpful, please consider liking and subscribing. It really supports the channel. Thank you again and enjoy your day.